Stay tuned following this episode of Talking with Burritos for a secret code to our secret episode. We call it the Secret Sode. We recorded this actual podcast went on 3 hours. In the first part, we started talking about, let's just say, the Brady Bunch. Wink, wink. But it's not the Brady Bunch. And if you don't like spoilers, then you don't have to actually visit that. You don't have to listen to it. But if you listen towards the end, to the end of this podcast, and you want to go on and listen to this other episode, then go right ahead. Just listen to the end of this one, or hell, just fast forward and you'll be able to get the code to unlock that episode. If you go to talkingwithburritos.com/civil unrest. Again, that's talkingwithburritos.com/civil unrest. This is Talking with Burritos, the podcast that's giving you something to talk about when you want to talk about sports that aren't sports, which are sports. And goddamn it, Bernice. Sorry. I am Jerry JJ Wayne Graham.
And I'm Bernice.
In this episode, we're gonna talk about.
I'm Christopher the Ruple, by the way.
Yeah,
obviously.
Come on, yeah, exactly. There you go. I'm pretty sure they knew that.
I don't know. This could be like the first time someone listens to our podcast because they like put a dodgeball or something.
Mother, I thought you.
This is why you need a dodgeball, so you can throw it at the cat. I do not condone violence towards animals. Anyways, the cat would probably dodge it anyways.
So I'm pretty sure we just nailed that opening. What's up?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna send a shout out to somebody real quick.
All right.
See, here's the story. This guy came to my wife, right? She was just like, at her job, and this guy comes up and says, "You know what? Your husband is pretty funny." And she was like, "Huh?
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm not funny." And so she was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "His podcast." He's like, "It's pretty funny." I was like, she was like, "Oh," and then so she texted me like,
yeah.
"Hey, this guy at work thinks you're funny," and I'm like, "Hey, give me his name." Because we send him a shout out because any guy who thinks I'm funny, he's a friend.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Ryan, Wyatt, and he's part of an EMS crew. He works in like EMS because my wife works with helicopters and emergency services. And so he works at EMS, and I think down in Nogales or something. And they said, and so he was part, or he said he podcasts, or he's part of a podcast. It's called The Second Shift, which is pretty damn cool. And actually the podcast art is actually pretty dope. It has like this perspective of buildings, right? And then right there in the middle, you have Second Shift, and then this helicopter. It's like, that's pretty dope. It's good artwork and everything. And I listened to an episode. I listened to the episode that Ryan was on. It was episode 21. In the beginning, they were telling like some stories about them being on tour, or like, trips and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, things that you encounter when you're going to locations to help people.
Yeah.
And he told a story where he got punched in the head. He got punched in the forehead by some dude that he was trying to help. And I thought that was kind of funny because then I thought like, better in the forehead than like
anywhere else.
Anywhere else, because that's like the hardest spot, that's your body.
That's one place that you actually can attack people.
Exactly, with your head. It's like either that or you can just headbutt them. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah, there's a lot of information there. But you know what was interesting listening to this thing is that I know nothing about this.
I know a little bit, actually.
Oh, yeah?
What's it called? My uncle's a fireman, and his son helps him out with that, too. Yeah. And they do a lot of emergency stuff, doing the paramedic stuff and that.
It's just
There's a bunch of horror stories.
A lot of horror stories.
A lot of them.
And the podcast is actually cool. You might want to check it out. It's called Second Shift. And
I'll just listen to this one.
Yeah, I know, right? And
I don't listen to this. I don't listen to my own podcast.
And if you actually look into it, he was on episode 21, so they weren't doing like... They have like episodes where it says nightmare episode.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like bad stories.
Yeah.
and which would probably be interesting.
Second Shift?
Second Shift, yeah. It's all one word though, too.
Okay, I remember that.
So I'm thinking that involves like stories where shit doesn't go right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to listen to some of those, like because I've seen like some of the things that they were talking about, like gauges and stuff, and people pulling out their like what do you call that thing where you pull out your the thing that goes in your penis before to make you pee?
What's it called? That's what happened. Catheter.
Like I've seen some do that in the hospital because I used to work in the hospital, or pull out the IVs with their gauges. But hey, I give you more props to. I give you a lot of props. But yeah, the audio quality of the podcast is pretty damn dope. It's very professional and it's pretty good. And if you are part of like the EMS community, like if you help people, it's a good podcast to get on
and we also
to listen to. Yeah, and applaud you definitely because all the stuff you do. Because you're looking at the wrong person over here. I was just like, I see a fire, I run. I see blood, I faint. So I see a needle, I don't go to the doctor.
Did Jip tell you about what's it called? Number 8's bulb? How we thought it was on fire, and I ran and got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, they said that you were standing there with the fire extinguisher. I'm like, did it really get that bad?
We think it was dust afterwards.
Yeah, it was possible.
But it looked like smoke, like when it rising. Because I've seen smoke.
You know how you would know if it starts burning? You smell the xenon.
Yeah.
The xenon. It's a very distinct smell, too, because I know one time I walked over and was like, what's that smell? I was like, oh, man, it's the bulb. And then when I took out that bulb, you can see it's just like, it's to the point where it's just so clouded and all the xenon had expelled from the bulb. That's the only reason why it didn't explode. Is that it was lacking xenon to actually explode. And so it kind of just like,
that's lucky.
It was just all blocked. Yeah, because I've had a few, like at least 2 explode on me.
I was about to say, you've been like partially deaf.
Yeah,
from one
Michael and I was just standing next to the projector after we were cleaning something. No, we just installed it and we were cleaning. Now number 6. Yeah, and we were it was like old school projectors, like the film, and we were just sitting there talking and stuff. Boom, and we both like like when you see in movies where shit just
what.
We were both like, what the hell? It's like, oh man, it was just so sudden you couldn't react.
Yeah,
and yeah, we were like deaf for like a while. We should have like actually filed like
probably should have
something on that, but I probably lost some hearing that day. But whatever, it's all good. But hey, Ryan Wyatt, thank you for listening. Thank you for talking to my wife.
Thank you for what you do.
And thank you for what you do. And he also served in the military. Thank you for that too.
Yep.
But yet, in that podcast too, I recommend it. Even if you don't know, but I say like, click on the nightmare stories because I'm thinking this shit is gonna be pretty dope. Sounds cool. Because it's like it'd be like watching Cops.
You remember that one episode of Cops with the midget?
No.
Okay, so he's trying to arrest this midget, dude, and he's like, "I want to break these cuffs." You can't break those cuffs. And he like tries breaking them, and then what's called like, but before that though, he was like climbing up a light pole. And he's like, "Get down from there." He's like, "No, get down."
Was he naked? Tell me he was.
No,
naked.
he was only in shorts though, basketball shorts. He was only in that.
Basketball shorts look like pants.
Yeah. Oh my god, that guy was funny.
They look like those weird like parachute pants.
Kind of. Like I was about to say that. It kind of looked like Genie-ish. You can't break those cuffs. I can break these cuffs.
That'd be hilarious. I'm going to look up that.
You have to look at that. That's one of my favorite cop. That's like the few cop moments I remember because I remember walking into the room when my dad was watching it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why is that midget up that pole? He's like, this is hilarious. Sorry, little person. That is.
Oh yeah, little person. Yeah, let's be politically correct.
Let's try to be politically
correct. Little person. How you doing? Short in stature? No, I'm going to say something so stupid.
Well, you know what? Relating to this, we could bring that up.
Oh, yeah. So, actually, that's a good segue. Transition into alternative sports. And
some pub games here.
Yeah, some pub games. So, if you guys haven't heard or if you haven't seen some of these movies, back in the 80s, they used to have, like, you see a lot of this going around.
Yeah.
This alternative sport, which is called midget tossing. No, midget dwarf throwing, right?
Tossing.
Dwarf tossing.
Yeah,
basically a dwarf toss. So you basically.
I was about to say, I've seen this in an episode of The Oblongs.
And I saw it in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep, and Wolf of Wall Street. Yep,
where they had
that one too. So two were on that one. Man.
So yeah, if you ever want to watch it, it's been banned actually lately. For like since the night.
I was about to say
since the 80s. In the 80s, they banned it. Actually, they stopped it because it was running rather fervent around pubs, and it was just one of those things that you did.
Yeah,
and kind
of endangering,
Yeah, because basically you're wrapping up a small a little person in Velcro and then throwing him at the other part of the wall.
Yeah,
at a wall where he was thick. He or she was thick. I'm guessing it was a lot of just he's, but I'm not gonna be biased here. You could throw a woman too. So. And she just
I'm gonna take that out of context. I'm gonna take that and just put that in like somewhere. You can throw a woman too.
She just might stick. That's what also.
I'm taking that out of context too. You can throw a woman and she can stick sometimes too.
So I don't know what thing like. It's like, did you just get bored at playing darts?
Darts is fun. I love playing darts.
I love playing darts.
Darts is so much fun.
When's the last time you played darts?
Can't remember the last time I played darts. I've played billiards closer.
Yeah. To tie in with billiards, right down the street from the mall.
There is a billiard.
That place. Yep. They have a dart. They have a dart thing up.
Yep.
A dart board up, and we used to go there after our shifts.
You know what's sad?
After our shifts at the hospital. Yeah. And we would go like throw darts.
Last time I played darts was on a video game, on a Wii game.
That's not playing darts, man.
I know it's not. But that's the last time.
Pseudo playing darts.
Yeah, I used to love playing darts, though.
Okay. We have midget throwing. What else? Another one.
You got billiard pool balls. That's totally
that is a sport.
They play that on what's it called? They play that shit up on ESPN.
So let's go in there, and we're using that as an idea. Then what makes a sport a sport?
I think
just when it becomes competitive.
When it becomes competitive, because billiards is competitive. You got one player against player.
Yeah.
Who can, rack their balls fastest.
I just see two naked dudes on a pool table trying to rack their balls. It's kind of like a...
See, I wasn't going to go the gay route on this one, but I was thinking that
like
too.
A gay love fest or something like that. Some dudes is racking their balls together. Like a gay orgy.
Like they're like holding up their PGPs and they're just like hitting their balls together.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that now. That's fucking disgusting.
I like that you're the best part was he was staring right at my crotch while I was doing it.
It's because you were moving it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
Come on, Jerry. Let's build.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
Don't be a baby.
This is weird.
Don't be self-conscious about your balls.
No, that's okay.
Who will quit first?
I quit. I give up right away.
This is like Greek wrestling right here.
Greco wrestling.
Wait. You can keep your shirt on if you want. Shirts and skins. Yeah, shirts and skins.
I think shirts and skins. I think that just still makes it worse. Just a dude in a shirt, like on a pool table racking balls. That's just
like you wrestle the other person to like whack the balls.
A weird male version of scissoring.
It's like a weird sex hobby. I
wonder if that. I bet you that exists somewhere. Somewhere, somebody are racking balls. We just made it up right now.
Dude,
somebody,
balls.
If you ever rack some balls, just call me.
give us. You don't have to give us any information.
Yeah,
be anonymous.
Anonymous.
Just write us a nicely well.
Is there such a thing called racking balls?
And if it's called something else, we'll
put
that.
Maybe a different term.
I want to know.
We don't know these things.
It's called whack-a-mole.
So if it's competitive, then you can label it a sport.
I would think so.
They're in our definition of what we're going with. So pool, competitive sport.
Yep.
Haggis throwing. I just think that's a fun pastime.
That's just a fun pastime. That's like cheese rolling.
Yeah, cheese rolling. I think. Okay, so then what separates? Okay, well, no, I guess they do compete, but that's like. A lot of those, like cheese rolling and haggis throwing, comes down from
it's tradition. It's
heritage.
Something they just brought time to time.
It could be established from a folklore tale or something like that, but it's something that was carried on through generations.
Yep, just like how dodgeball was, played with Chinese people cutting each other's heads off and throwing them at each other.
Yeah, that was a freaking weird.
Dodgeball. I don't think that's actually how it happened. That'd be hilarious.
I was actually envisioning that. I was going along with it too.
Yeah, that was dodgeball.
Yeah, I totally.
That was just from the movie.
One. Okay. I hate when you do that.
I just referenced the movie that we're going to be talking about.
It's the sport is like haggis throwing, but like haggis throwing. Let's haggis throwing. So I'll go into the history of it. Scottish wives who were sick and tired of traveling over hell and water to bring food to their husbands. Like, let's say I'm bringing you lunch or something to work, and she has to travel over a river or something like that. They would prepare their dish of haggis, which is sheep's stomach
filled with stuff.
Filled with like nachos and stuff like that, right?
Nachos.
And so you take the nacho filled sheep's stomach, and then instead of like, you
made haggis sound very appetizing now.
Yeah, right?
It's got nachos.
Gross. Still. So instead of like crossing over this river that you have to like, get out the boat and or get wet all the damn time, she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to throw this bitch. And so she throws the haggis over the river. Yeah. And so basically throws the lunch to the man who will be waiting on the other side for his meal.
It's like the egg toss.
Yeah. So she's just like, I'm just done with it. I'm not doing this for you. I love you, but I'm not doing this for you. Not anymore, dude. So either you coming home or I'm going to toss this haggis over to you. If it, gets lost in the river, then hey, I'm sorry. But you're going to catch this bitch because I'm not coming over there. Yeah. So basically, that's where it is. So that's marked in tradition. It comes down from a story, told from a story, and then exercised by other people. And so now they have haggis games. And, if you don't know, it's like in Germany, right? Nope, it's in Sweden.
Scotland.
Haggis?
Haggis is Scottish.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's in Scotland. Whatever. Don't quote me on it. I don't know geography. So
you don't know geography?
I said Scottish wise.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Scottish.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, but yeah, and so I guess I have to.
This is German people from Russia.
The thing is, you have to take your kilt, right?
Yeah. And you try to catch
it. And you throw the haggis, and then you catch it in your kilt, and so then then I guess it's how far you can throw it. It's all about distance.
Distance?
Yeah.
And the ability to catch it?
And I guess the ability. So I'm wondering, do they start at a short one? What's the egg toss again?
What?
What's the egg toss?
When you toss eggs to each other?
Yeah.
It's like during like mom and dad, or not mom and dad, but like
family reunions.
And stuff like that,
So do you start like at a short distance and then
move back? Yep.
Oh, you keep moving back?
Yep.
Oh, so pretty much.
Yeah, it grew into the egg toss.
That is the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, we just bastardized it in a simpler way because we're lazy.
I think people just want to stop making so much haggis.
Well, that's funny because what if it explodes and like get all gooky on you? It's like, oh, nachos.
Nachos, oh no.
Nom, nom, nom. I'll just eat nachos on me.
It seems kind of, I think they wanted
to eat nachos all for yourself.
I think it was after the sheep shortage of 1852 that they switched to eggs.
I heard about that, man.
Yeah.
It just wiped out everything. It's like a famine.
Those sheep just like died. It was like the potato famine, but with sheep.
But with sheep. There was a sheep famine. Look it up, people.
The sheep were not fucking.
Yeah. They're like I don't want to liken them to Japanese people today, but the Japanese they're not procreating as they should be because they said a lot of younger generation these kids, they just don't care.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time like online in these different virtual worlds or just doing other things, concentrated on studies and stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of it is studies that because they have to they have such
to like pretty much
schooling.
They have to like pass this single test, or else they're not going to be able to get a job.
Yeah, it determines what you do in your life, and so many people focus on that, and so you put that pressure on these young people. They're just like, oh, no, I don't care.
One of them's going to run away, become a samurai.
Look at ass and titties, I don't care. They can see it. They just don't give a frack, man. So they're not really interested in one another. So that's what happened with the sheep famine. The sheep famine, they had to compete with one another to be great. And so they were like, you know what? I'm just too busy studying.
Yeah, they started stabbing each other.
Yeah, and eating one another. You ever seen a sheep eat another sheep?
It's fucking crazy.
Because they have to rip off that.
It's what that movie Black. Fur. Did you ever see the movie Black Sheep? Not with Chris Farley.
Morgan Freeman?
No, not the one with Morgan Freeman. No, the one in New Zealand about the sheep eating people and stuff.
I saw that one. Yeah, it's freaking horrible.
That's what it's based off of.
Very horrible.
Yeah, they actually were.
That's like D of the D movies.
Yeah,
it's like D plus. I
like that movie.
No, is there another movie?
What?
Is there a sheep movie?
Oh yeah, Black Sheep, Killer Sheep.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were making that up, bro.
No, that's what that movie's based on. It's based on the story
sheep,
of the sheep killing each other and killing people,
Really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
About which one? The movie or the which part? Which part? Because the story's made up.
There. We don't know. We don't know which one. We don't know where.
Out of context.
Let them decide.
The movie's real, but the event is fake.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I knew that. I was just going with the plot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Did you know about Black Sheep?
I didn't know about the movie.
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a
sheep
movie.
Is the sheep really black though?
No, it's just
fuck that.
It's just Black Sheep because it's different from the norm.
The rap group. There's a rap group in the 90s called Black Sheep.
Is it?
Pretty good though.
Are they?
They're pretty dope. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, their number one hit, Bad to the Bone.
Oh yeah. That was a pun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hagistorn, how about the Redneck Games?
The which one?
Redneck
Games. Sorry, you said it like really awkward. I'm like, what is this foreign word?
Here's the history of that one, man. Okay.
Is it based on those hill people?
Sorta.
Yeah.
Okay. They call them, these folks, the organizers. Okay, well, they actually had to change their name to Redneck Games because before it was the Redneck Olympics. But the Olympics
was like,
did not like having.
Yeah, they don't want any of that
with
shit.
having them use their name in their title, and so they made them change it in the 1990. Made them change it so they just had to do Redneck Games.
Damn.
The Midwest Redneck Games or something like that. And they included like things like hubcap hurling, the mud pit belly flop, and armpit serenading.
Damn.
And a lot of it, you would think that it was in the South, but a lot of it is like takes place in like Maine.
Yeah,
like the Redneck Olympics. Yeah,
man, Maine's like one of those reclusive ones,
Yeah, they got those different rednecks. They got the hill people.
Yeah,
like a lot of mountains and stuff over there. Those are real hill people.
Mm-hmm.
How about football with 3 teams?
Football with 3 teams?
Yeah.
What?
There's this thing, football with 3 teams. I don't know how it works. But I'm thinking.
So is it like shaped like a Y, the field?
I don't know.
Because that would make sense,
Yeah.
And they meet in the middle and all the same distance. Like
that's what I was thinking.
I can make sense of this.
I was thinking, this is
like that.
This is what I pictured it. Like how maybe like a Y.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a kickoff, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody just runs.
Everyone
bum rushes.
Fucking bum rushes.
Last one standing wins.
Yeah.
It's like a rugby / football.
I was about to say rugby.
And they just go at it until one person is standing.
People got banned from it. They started bringing lead pipes and brass knuckles and shit to the fights.
It's like Anchorman. It's like Anchorman.
Just like Anchorman. Where'd you get a grenade? I don't know.
I don't know. Fireball soccer.
Oh, I've seen Fireball soccer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like just random people playing it, or
like on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like one of those random ones. It's just it's based off of actually a cultural thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really look into it too much, but I believe it's actually a cultural thing where it's like kind of symbolism of the sun.
Yeah,
they're
kicking the sun around.
Yeah,
what's to kick the sun?
What's it called to symbolize the day?
Maybe Mayans.
Yeah,
most likely because.
They're all about that shit.
Yeah, they were kicking around stuff a long time ago.
Yeah, they had their game too. That was in that one movie.
Apocalypto.
I was thinking The Road to El Dorado.
It was a good movie. I think we were talking about that the other day.
No, we were talking Prince of Persia. Or not Prince of Egypt.
Oh, Prince of Egypt. I thought we mentioned that other one too.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
We were talking about a bunch of Disney movies.
Yeah, so those are all like, what's some other alternative sports that you can think of?
Well, something that's not completely bonkers, maybe bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling can be competitive and stuff.
That is. It's in the same vein as like billiards.
It's like it's a full time, relaxing kind of sport.
What about poker?
Poker, I can say that.
But why is that a sport when you're just sitting down, just shushing out cards?
It's a mental game of wit.
Game of wit. You're gonna play on words with it now. Game of wit.
Game of wit.
So leading to that, like if you have the game of wits, okay, let's think about a movie which exemplifies something like that. One of your favorites, In Search of Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, In Search of Bobby
Fischer.
So
basically, this is chess.
Yep,
a game of chess.
Checkers.
So a game of mind. What did you say?
No, it's chess.
A game of the mind. A game of thinking.
Game of thinking. Yep.
Yeah. So
game of strategy.
They really did him, Bobby Fischer, and what's the dude's name? No, I'm talking about the real Bobby Fischer.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Pawn Sacrifice.
It was him against the Russian guy.
The Russian guy, yeah.
We'll name him Bobrichev Kalinsky.
But in Bobby Fischer, in the search of Bobby Fischer, what did they do? They were basically just trying to find the new Bobby Fischer, right?
Not really that. No.
That's not what
it's about. What's it called? It's about a boy who finds out that he through Lawrence Fishburne that he is really good at it, and then his parents want to, help him grow from that, grow his talent by taking him to Ben Kingsley, who's like, you cannot do that anymore. You must be serious. This isn't about speed. All they care about is foolishness.
He can't do what anymore?
The street chess.
Street chess. Yeah,
like people go like fast and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those crazy.
Because that's like showboating.
Yep.
So you have to learn the fundamentals. You have to slow it down and think more.
Yep.
And be more.
And it's a conflict between that intermined with how the history of Bobby Fischer, like little hints of that Bobby Fischer history.
Like what?
Of like, how he came to fame, what he did, and then no one knows where he is now kind of thing.
Hence, Pawn Sacrifice. Because then he died.
Yep.
Bobby Fischer died.
No, he didn't die in that. He was just in Recluse.
I thought he did. I thought he
died
recently,
later.
Later.
Yeah, later.
They found him in China, right?
Yeah. Somewhere.
I think China it was.
Yeah.
But now, leading to that, Bobby Fischer's Pawn Sacrifice was a story thereof him coming up from those early beginnings.
And being this chess messiah. Messiah. That was totally on accident on that one. It pretty much is right there.
Pretty much, because that's what he was sought after for.
He was the king of chess.
But then he had a foe. We have to look up his name because I don't want to just keep saying who this guy isn't.
Publicachiv.
Yeah. Boris Spassky?
Spassky.
Spassky?
Spassky.
Spassky.
Yeah.
Okay, so Boris. So Bobby against Boris, basically. Yeah. And a lot of this was him coming up, but it dealt with a lot of his idiosyncrasies, his habits. Because he was an odd duck.
He was a very odd
and
duck.
So
he's a real recluse kind of guy.
Yeah, very recluse and very OCD.
Mm-hmm.
And it went through some of the trials and tribulations of people around him having to deal with him doing these things. Because he would not show up for a match if he a match. So he basically blazed through everyone to get to Boris. It was his thing. He just went. He would show up and he would just basically kill everyone. Boris killed him in one match. I think they were in the States where he traveled over and they were in this competition, this tournament, and and then boom, Boris got him. Boris won this match. And so ever since then, he was obsessed with it and he thought he was robbed. He thought because a lot of other things contributed to him not winning. It wasn't that he wasn't good. Because he knew he was good. But it's okay, he would hear something. Something would flutter, or you hear, or somebody would chew or something, and it would distract him. And he was just so sensitive to noises and the environment around him that it would throw him off.
And it's when he finally got his All Rush mixtape where he was able to win.
Yeah, but no. But it got to the point, it got so bad where, he would have to, have his rooms on. He would eat certain meals. He would do all of these things down to a T. He would have to have it down to a T, down to perfection. And there was one match where he was supposed to meet Boris, and he kind of he was there. He had a panic attack, and he just got boned out. He's like, I'm not doing it unless. And so then they had to move it to the basement of this university, I believe, where it's secluded, no one there, no anybody. They had their own timers. Nothing. It had to be silent, because he lost that match and he blamed it on something else. And Boris was because Tommy Fischer was a shit talker.
Yeah.
There's one thing too. He had that I think it was from Jersey.
I think so. I think it was a Jersey.
And so he had this early Jersey where he talked mad shit about everything. He didn't care, And so he basically said he didn't defeat me. Everything else around me defeated me. And so if you really want this win, you can have it, but you did not win. And so in Boris being in his machismo attitude, he was just like, no, I did win and I will beat you again. And so he was able to, I will break you. And so he set it up so that there was a camera in there to record them, but yet you had this venue, but it was just shown on the television, on the screen.
Yep.
And they were just in the secluded room, him and Boris. And it was wicked, man. It's just wow, Toby played that part well. Because because Kobe totally has a thing with where he can look not there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know much about Bobby Fischer until I was watching this movie, and I probably still don't know as much as there probably was to tell about this.
Because there's a lot to the man. You know, he's really...
But he was just basically a freaking... He could see moves before you would move, and he saw the board in such a way. So I guess... Yeah, you're thinking about because they made it a game, man. Yep. They made it a game. They made it to the point where it became a sporting competition. Whereas, like you have football now, people were tuning in to watch him play, him and Boris. So, like you want to see the
Forrest Gump with the ping pong.
Yeah, yes. Or you want to see Chicago Bears go against the New York Giants or something for the Super Bowl. They were tuning in to watch these two characters because it turned into one of these things, like they always do. U.S. against communism, against Russia, the USSR, and so it became a political thing. But he didn't never wanted to be that person for the United States. He just wanted to play chess. He wanted to be the best. He wanted to prove that he was the best. But yeah, he had these other things that were keeping him not away from it, but that kind of hindered that because he was just so kind of erratic in his emotions, but yet a freaking real genius, Oh, it was crazy. But yet watching that movie, it's like it had me on the edge of my seat sometimes, like what's going to happen? Because I didn't know much about it. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew he was like a champion. He was a chess player.
Yep.
So the way they played, and they showed all the footage and stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like you're on the edge of the seat to see this kid prevail, but then he goes through like dark times of like, what if I don't want to do this anymore? Kind of thing.
Yeah. And then he didn't want to live his life for his existence like that.
Like that's what his family was saying, but he was like, I want to play chess though, But then finally he goes
pressured
in and out of it, feeling pressured. But the parents never really wanted him to feel pressure, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, that's crazy.
Then competitiveness a lot of times,
comes
through.
A lot of politicians went to Bobby Fischer to try to get him to represent the U.S. and he was no. He just wanted to prove that he was the best. He didn't want to represent anyone. He wasn't there to do that. He just wanted to prove that he was the best. Yep. But then other people were trying to make it into one of those things. It's sort of like
Jesse Owens,
yeah. But Jesse Owens, when they tried to make it about politics. But yeah, he was like, I just want to race. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to represent anything. He just wanted to race. And so you had that. But then we have like other movies. So what's another one of your, not the main movie suggestion.
We're not
we come into that yet, but let's go into just one more alternative sport movies that you enjoyed.
Let's go into bowling. Let's do my bowling.
Oh, are you going to?
I'm not going to go to Big Lebowski.
Okay.
No, but I really want to talk about Big Lebowski because that's not the main focus of the movie. But there's a lot about bowling in that movie.
About bowling, yeah.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, they're in a competition. They're signed up for it. But
yeah, you have like different. Like, have you ever competed in a bowling league?
Oh God, no! I'm awful at bowling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When is the last time you bowled?
Last year.
Last year? Oh,
yeah,
really?
last year. Yep.
Why don't you you got your little section of like homies, boys. Why don't you ever do a bowling thing?
Because we suck.
So
we do it for fun.
Yeah. Exactly, you have it for fun, right? So, because this is that is a team sport, and it is competitive.
Yep.
It's bowling. It does take some physical.
It does take talent. Yeah. Getting that ball to go exactly where you want it to go.
So it does fit the criteria of just like, hey, it's just. If you compete, it's a game.
Yep, and it takes skill too,
Oh no, it takes some damn skill. Yeah, I have my cousins trying to perfect turns and spins and shit like that.
I'm never gonna.
I just throw it.
Right, that's how I am.
I try to muscle it through. See, I'm just gonna try to. I want all of those pins down. I just want to annihilate them.
Yeah,
but some of those movies where you see it. Like cartoons, basically. You hit the ball, like Fred Flintstone, he hits them, and then they all turn to like dust. Yeah. Then you have the little stork thing or what a bird comes down.
Yeah, it's all
he just like sweeps it up. Okay. Alrighty. I say one of my favorite alternative sports movies. Over the Top. Did you ever see? I
love Over the Top.
Over the Top was so damn bomb. Over the top.
Oh my God.
You never had anything, so you have nothing to lose.
All I want to do is hurt him, cripple him, get him off the table.
All I care about is you. You're my boy, you understand?
There won't be nobody halfway. Now is the time to do for yourself.
I'm all you.
Over the top, Dad, over the top!
Sylvester Stallone, Over the Top.
Over the top greatness. Okay, well, it stars Sylvester Stallone, if you guys don't know. And he's basically, he picks up his kid, right? His estranged kid.
And he's a trucker.
And he's a trucker. And so he's meant to like spend the summer with him or something, right? And so they're...
Oh my God, I just realized Real Steel ripped this off.
Yes, right? Exactly.
Oh God.
It was just like that.
Real Steel.
And so you take it, so he takes his kid on a cross-country trip because he is an arm wrestling competitor.
Trucker,
A trucker. He goes like wherever he stops, he goes to these different stops and he competes.
Yep.
And so you have this kid like tag along with his kid, but yet him and his kid, like they don't see eye to eye, you know? They never do. You know, because you got to add some breath to this. You got to add a little bit of storyline, some emotion.
I don't know my dad, you know?
Yeah, he didn't know his dad. And so he's trying to make nice with them. He's trying to do things, but yet he doesn't know how to be a father. He doesn't know how to be a father to his kid. Doesn't really know this kid, but yet he has to be, he has to deal with them because, you know, you are my son. Yeah. So he has to take on the responsibility. So he's taking his kid through these different things. And so you see him like participate in these different acts, and isn't he going to Vegas or something to participate in like the big competition?
I think it's Vegas. It's been a while.
But along the way, like, isn't it like a tour?
It's kind of like a tour because he kind of goes, you know, place to place.
Yeah.
You know, and
like if you've seen Real Steel recently, it's kind of like that. He's taking his robot to different places. He competes, but he's trying to reach that ultimate competition, that big competition where you get the large bank, the large sum of money as a reward. But the thing is, Sylvester Stallone in this role, I don't know, it's something about it. You know, if you saw like him in Rocky with his young son, son in like what is it, fifth
Rocky
one?
5,
Balboa, yeah. No, it's just Rocky 5, the one with
just Rocky 5
with Bobby or Ricky. What's that kid?
I don't remember his name.
That boxer. Damn it, I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. It's a blondie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He challenges him in the street and shit.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that.
Fight.
Yeah.
And then he knocks out Don King.
Yes. Yeah, he knocks out Don King. And his son didn't like him then. I'll sue him. Boom.
For what? That's my favorite line in any Rocky movies. For what?
For what? It's so stupid. Right. But it's so enjoyable. It's just that Rocky do a street fight, yo. But but yeah. And so you have this guy trying to like okay, make amends with his son, but yet trying to teach him. And so you have don't you have this scene where he's being bullied or something? No, wait. Him and this other guy have an argument, right? And so they have their sons, and he convinces like his son. This is one of my favorite moments of the movie. And his son is like, "Oh, I can't do it." He's like, "Oh, you can do it," because they vet their sons up against one another. It's kind of like child abuse.
Yeah,
you know, they're like, "Oh, you can win." So he puts up his son against this big dude, and he's like trying to teach him, it's all about the leverage, man. It's all about believing. You gotta believe. You gotta, you know, it's like one of those moments, it's like mid-film, though. He's like, you gotta believe. He's like, ah. And so this kid, like, going up against this big bully kid.
I like that you're saying child abuse when it's like, we make them go into sports and do other stuff, too. Didn't we just talk about that? With Bobby Fischer with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chess.
Yeah, same thing. Child abuse. All of it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for, good entertainment, though.
I turned this hat around.
The thing when we were pit up against one another as kids, to fight, it's fucking ridiculous. I hated that shit. So they were just basically, you see that shit on YouTube and stuff now. When people do that on Facebook and Instagram, when they, put their kid up against, you better not do this, and they put these little kids up against one another, and they fucking record it. Fuck them. And I was like, I say, all right, I'm gonna bring what's his name over here. You fight him. How about that? And get your ass whooped, stupid ass people. I hate parents who do that shit. Oh, maybe just because I have I hate that because I always hated it. I hate it when my older cousins and people of the neighborhood, the older boys would do that to us. They would just, this is your friend, and they will pit you against him and then just have you fight him.
It's like gladiators.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, exactly. I can understand like slapboxing learning how to fight and stuff, but no, you had to fight, and they would get like the rambunctious kid, the annoying kid, that one little scrappy kid to fight like people like me who was passive aggressive who wouldn't fight.
Yeah.
But yet they will make you fight, and you would have to fight or else get your ass whooped. And it's just one of those things. I hated that shit. I hated watching it. I would never want to be a part, but they would corner us. They would meet us and then, and then pit us up against one. Hey, little man, you want to, nah. Oh my goodness. really freaking hated that.
What if they made you arm wrestle instead?
See, that would have been dope. At times we had wrestling matches and stuff too, but a lot of that was just us playing as boys. It's like, oh, let's wrestle. Because we would watch wrestling and then we would try to wrestle.
Exactly.
And we would have cool matches. And it was what? Fun.
But
when you start doing things like that and making it
competitive,
a sense of entertainment for you and not for us, then that's
I think it's a sense of competitiveness that you don't want. And then the sense of, being the eye candy or not really eye candy, but being the center of attention that you don't want to be.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, some of that, sometimes it teaches you. I hate to say it. And some of those things where it's just like,
it is a life lesson to learn. It
teaches me some things, I think one of those things it taught me, I can look back, you just swing. I was always taught just to swing away, swing away, Merle. And try to knock a motherfucker out. And then later my dad was like, swing away. But then if that don't work, pick up a rock, hit a motherfucker. Basically, that's what my dad said. Like, oh yeah, it's all good, daddy, but sometimes you gotta knock a motherfucker out. So, but yet it teaches you, it has its drawbacks. It can teach you to be more violent and more angry, or you can learn from it and you can develop some skills of protecting yourself. And a lot of times, that's not the message that was conveyed to me. Or
see, this is when you tell everyone, stop. Let's settle this over kickball.
Yeah, exactly. And now let's go on to things like that fun kickball and stuff.
Kickball's fun.
But yeah, that was over the top.
How come they don't have kickball leagues?
Why don't they have kickball leagues?
Kickball is so much fun.
Kickball is fucking fun.
Yeah.
That's one of those
baseball,
playgrounds.
but better.
Exactly. Because I can catch that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt as bad to get hit by a line drive pop up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because the big soccer, the ball, it's like, because it's you got those rubber balls, the rubber balls in school that they used to have. I don't know if they have now, but they should have them. I think they do.
They should.
But those rubber balls, you guys all know, you see like the square patterns on them,
The big red ones.
Yeah.
When you hit it, boom, boom.
It makes the noise. Yeah. Boom.
Oh, it
was always a powerful noise to hear when you can get that, when you can be,
when you get it just right.
Put the ball, it's like boom. And then that ball's just flying out there. It's like awesome. Or you can hit a good line drive or something. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love that.
Let's start a kickball league.
Oh man. I wish. You ever played the one kickball dodgeball? It's like kickball, but then you had, like, if you're running or something like that.
Oh, and they catch it.
You get hit with the ball.
Like, if they didn't catch it, it bounced and you got it.
You got
always.
Yeah, we got to go hit you with the ball.
That's why that's why it used to be bad, and like we weren't allowed to. Or I didn't play too much baseball or anything because I thought you threw the ball at them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like to hit the people?
Yeah.
No, I was never a baseball player. We played stickball.
Yeah.
Stickball was always our thing, because we didn't. A few of us. I know my cousin played baseball. He was pretty good. But yet from a few of us, we played a lot of them, my cousins and stuff, in this other area. We played basketball, but then some of them would play football. And that was heavy out there in this town that I lived. But a few people had bats, but a lot of times, we just had sticks, like some big old sticks and a ball, and we just play stickball out in the yard. You find like one of those fields and just with some grass and some dirt, and it was pretty fun. But so leading to like dodgeball as being a pastime, it's like stickball now. Dodgeball to me is one of those pastimes, one of those forgotten pastimes. And I know they have leagues and stuff now, but when I was a kid, we had that shit in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You played dodgeball.
We played it in middle school. Never played it in high school because I actually never.
No, it wasn't high school. I'm sorry. It was like elementary and going up.
Elementary, middle school. And when I worked at a day camp, I don't know if I ever told you that. I worked at a day camp one summer. I think it was like 2008 or something. Little town. We tried doing dodgeball once, but this thing is we had 5 to 12-year-olds.
Oh,
so
that's horrible.
The thing was no. The thing was we had to split the groups.
Okay, but still,
and the little
you
ones,
always aim for the weak.
But no. The kids never played like that. No, it was always the 8 to 12-year-olds. They played with each other. So yeah, I guess in some way, if you have a scrawny 8-year-old
the little small ones,
he gets hit. And I think I don't remember why. I think one of the 6-year-olds got to play or something, or 5 or 6-year-olds got to play.
Oh my goodness!
He got hit in the head.
Yeah, see,
he was crying.
that's why I did not like that. I did not like. We always had a pack though,
and then we weren't allowed to play dodgeball anymore, even though all the kids wanted to play it.
Oh, really? Don't you hate that? Because it's like it was. It sucked because dodgeball was one of those also popularity games.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were popular or somebody good at something, they would choose you over. They would choose that person.
Any game that requires you to be chosen first. That goes for football, soccer, any of those.
He was even on the yard. The football is like I was always the weaker one.
You don't need that for Foursquare.
It wasn't until later basketball I was like, oh, Jerry. But before early on, I don't know if I was like coordinated or what, but I was like one of those almost last chosen. I don't think kids liked me back then because I was goofy, quiet. I don't know what the hell it was, but I think I told you guys a long time ago about that. So being that weak person kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That person that you saw as weak. So I was always out for blood. You know what I'm saying? So, but yet, because I always wanted to go for the big cat. You know, it's like I'm giving you 110%. You choose me for your team. I'm giving you that much. So, because I want to destroy people for not choosing me, because I always wanted to be chosen. I wanted to be chosen high. I didn't want to be chosen low. I wanted to be the one. Fucking Neo. I wanted to be Neo of dodgeball.
You wanted to be technically co-captain.
Yeah.
When you're the first person chosen, you're co-captain.
Yeah.
You're not the first person chosen.
No, yeah, you're co-captain.
Co-captain right there.
Exactly, yeah. You run the shits.
You're the one who's like, you say, you need to choose that.
Yeah, you like get that one right there. That cat right there. Yes. Because normally in football, like the one person in charge, the leader, he's like the quarterback. He QB. And then you're like wide receiver 1 or something. Or the one who hikes the ball, something like that. So because you're getting the ball back, or you're the running back or something. So you getting the ball back, basically. You're the dependable one. Yeah. So I always was one who was a little bit maybe too anxious to go out there and try to peg. I was the big fish, instead of picking the little fish out of the pond, I wanted to get the big fish. And, sometimes, and I was a dumb kid who would try stupid moves and try to like jump up and down, do spins and stuff like that to try to fake people out and stuff. It was so ridiculous. It was so over the top. It's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Maybe that's why no one chose you, because you're trying to do all this special stuff. Just throw the damn ball and hit somebody, which is the object of the game. Yeah. So leading into softball, dodgeball. Sorry. Dodgeball is actually our alternative movie recommendation of the week.
For sure.
Why? Because we love this movie.
Oh man, it's one of the best movies.
You can't go wrong with Dodgeball if you haven't seen it. Chris is gonna break it down for you. If not,
if you haven't seen Dodgeball, go buy it for $3.74 at Walmart.
Definitely. That's the hit. Just go buy that bitch.
But Dodgeball, a true underdog story. That's what it's called. That's full title right there. This is a truly underdog story. So pretty much we got Vince Vaughn. He owns a gym called Average Joe's. And we got Global Gym, owned by Ben Stiller, playing the character from, what's that movie? Heavyweights. He's playing the same character from Heavyweights.
He was. He basically was. Yeah, just a different iteration, but yes,
just an older version. I think Global Gym is the name of that. What's it called?
Oh,
of that
really?
From there.
Yeah.
So
he just moved it over.
It's just like it
same
grew
thing.
From there.
Yeah, a world within a world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got these two teams. Not yet. We got these two gyms. And Vince Vaughn, he's not doing too well financially.
No, he's like 50,000 under, like
50 grand
delinquent.
And bankrupt pretty much. Yeah, bankrupt. And Lobo Gym is buying that shit. So he's like,
they brought it from underneath him, right?
Yeah.
And so he has to earn the money.
He has to earn the 50,000 or else he's going to lose his gym.
Lose his gym.
And, they start, they're like, hey, let's do car wash. But they're all unattractive men, They're not. You got Justin Long, Vince Vaughn, Stephen Root, Steve the Pirate, and I can't remember the black guy's name.
Yeah, I can't even.
Oh, and the skinny loser guy who plays the skinny loser in all those other movies. Yeah. That isn't Justin Long.
And and not the one kid from Road Trip. No, Adam. What's that one? That one skinny kid.
He's in, what's it called? He was in Grandma's Boy.
That one?
Yeah.
In Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that kid.
The one who plays the guy who's like
But not what's the movie with Tom Green?
That's Road Trip.
Yeah,
he wasn't in Road Trip.
No, he wasn't. But I said not that skinny kid who was like who fell in love with that black woman.
Yeah,
and she like mounted his little skinny ass. It was like, this is so weird but kind of funny. Yeah,
it's pretty funny
because she was a big girl.
Yeah, that was Road Trip,
and he was just bony. That was a great movie.
That was a funny
of his day. Where are those? Okay, let's go back on track.
Yeah, let's get back on.
So yeah, we're going back to dodgeball.
But yeah, but then they find out, hey, we can win $50,000 by playing dodgeball. But they have to beat the what's they got to actually what's the term for it? What is it? Getting into when you beat someone to go into like the finals, not that, but
the
like,
quarterfinals.
Not quarterfinals.
Prelims.
Prelims. Yeah, they had to go through prelims.
The qualifying.
The qualifying rounds.
Yeah, rounds. Yeah,
and they lose to a bunch of Girl Scouts.
But then that incites who to come into action?
The sexy lady.
No. To actually come and offer his services to them.
Oh, this introduces us to I know his name. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Oh man, why did I forget his name? I'm always angry in those movies. What is his name? It's Ron? No.
Isn't it Patches O'Houlihan?
It's Patches O'Houlihan, but I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
Rip Torn.
I knew it was an
great name though too. Rip Torn.
Patches O'Houlihan. Mm-hmm. The prodigy
who's gonna lead them to
victory,
the salvation of victory.
And they also get the banker chick who gets fired because
Christine Taylor, who is Ben Stiller's wife. She is so adorable in that movie. They're such a small couple,
right?
They're like short. He's like 5'6", I think.
Yeah, he's like my height.
He's pretty short, and then she's like smaller. She's like 5'2".
Damn.
And she's up against like Vince Vaughn, and he's like, freaking
6 foot something.
Gargantuan. Yeah, he's like 6'4" or something like that.
Something like that.
6'3", 6'4".
This one's tall, motherfucker.
But oh my goodness, people. God damn it, Bernice. I was just watching that again in oh my goodness. I'll crack up every time they're in there, bro. That movie is just it's one of those movies that's just a good rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to give it the rewatch. We're going to reterm this. This is a rewatch factor movie where you just want to watch it over and over again. This is one you should definitely buy
and own.
You should own it.
It's a definite own one.
Whenever you're feeling down, I'm pretty sure if you put this movie in, you would find some reason to be joyful. If not for...
Unless you want to watch the original.
Patches O'Houlihan throwing wrenches at people. It'd be for Ben Stiller, if you like him. Some people don't like his comedy. They think it's a little over top or overdone. But like in this movie, it's overdone, but yet it fits the character.
Mm-hmm.
It fits the role. He really embodied that.
The side characters are good. I mean, they could be more developed and more stuff.
But you didn't really need it.
Yeah.
You really, and it comes with a lot of conflict too with Ben Stiller. And after watching it a few times, just watch it again. It's like you could tell even at the beginning, he was not sold.
He was not.
He didn't want to do it. He wanted to basically give up the gym.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to do it. He's like, I'm just
Vince
gonna.
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. I'm sorry. He didn't really want to do it.
He didn't care.
No, he didn't care.
No care at all.
But he did it for what? He did it for his friends.
For his friends, yep.
That's the only reason. And so then that plays into later on when what's his name comes to him with the offer. You can't
Ben Stiller.
refuse.
He brings up the offer.
Yeah, brings him an offer, and so it does have some character development there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about loyalty.
Yep.
And then one quote that I pulled from Vince Vaughn in this movie. You wouldn't think that this movie would be like introspective quote, have too many introspective quotes, but it's just more like one-liners and zingers and stuff. But
it's a quotable movie.
Yeah, quotable.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
Yep, there you go.
You can dodge traffic. You can dodge a ball.
He's like when Christine Taylor was asking about his financials and they're in the office. He's like, nothing's in order.
Yeah.
He really doesn't have any responsibility, any care to actually save this gym or want to. And so he just says, I found that if you have a goal, you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, you will never be disappointed.
Yep.
That's my wife's mantra. Valerie, that's your mantra. And I know you like me mentioning your name, so I'm going to mention your name. Because she's like, okay, I'm okay with just getting a paycheck and feeding my family and stuff. I don't have any. She has no goals.
Yeah.
And that's weird being paired with a husband
goal-oriented.
who is so goal-oriented, who looks at life like, okay, if there's no goal to obtain, then there is no life to live. That is my quote. I'm going to write that shit down. But that's how I think. And so it's so weird being with someone and seeing someone who just does not see it that way.
Yeah.
You know, she does not see that life that way as being something obtainable. She's like, okay, I'm comfortable with this that I have now, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good to be that way. But me, I'm always trying to stress people to look for more, look beyond what is just this, your job.
See, Jerry's a Disney princess. Well,
yes.
His wife is Gaston.
Who?
Val is Gaston.
Who's Gaston?
The big guy from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
No one fights like Gaston. No one has as much chest hair as Gaston.
See? Yes. I can see. I like that. I like that parody. That's a pretty good one. I need to watch Beauty and the Beast again. I don't remember ever seeing that. I watched it.
That's the best villain.
I know. I watched it back in the day with the kid, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I mean, maybe I'll dust off the VHS and put it back in. But that's how I feel about goals, though. You know, he says this in the movie. Like, my wife is Vince Vaughn in this movie. And, you know, but she would have her financials more in order. But
yeah, obviously.
But I just want to think that. What do you think? Do you think that
yeah, and I like having goals. You know, I set goals for myself and do things. You know, I want to push myself more forward.
Right?
You know,
do you think that adds anything to life, to your livelihood? Does it matter in the end? Is what I'm asking.
Does it?
Does it ultimately? Do you ultimately feel that matters in the end?
Nothing really matters in the end.
Technically,
yeah. But, you know, I mean, you want to leave something. You know, your goals, all the stuff that you've made. But,
yeah.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my pessimistic side.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm, you know, struggling with this thing called life. You know, I keep asking questions about life, and it's like, you know, that's not good. It's not good for the most part. You know, a lot of people, they say you start questioning things like why this, why that in life, and, you know, it leads to, like, it can lead to severe depression. So if you start asking yourself a lot of these things, and you're questioning a lot of these things in your life, and you don't feel that, you know, I just feel that there's something I need to finish, something I need to accomplish.
There's just that one goal, that one tunnel, that light at the end of the tunnel.
Something. I don't know if you light. It's just maybe just feeling completion. Because even with my kids, my wife is like, because I'll tell her certain things. It's like, you know, like, let's use the sneaker ball. It's like alumni sneaker ball at the U of A. We got this invitation, and my wife wanted to go, and I was almost this close to wanting to take her. But I was like, yeah, I graduated, but what the hell have I done with my degree? You know, and she's like, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
And she's right. But in my mind of minds, I tell myself,
like, what am I supposed to show for myself for what I've done here, but haven't really given that? You know?
And it's just, and I know it's all in my head. You know, it has nothing to do with anybody. It's just all up in her. You know, because back in the day, a few years back, I would say, you know, she would attest to this, that I was an angry person, like very angry, to the point where she didn't want to talk to me when she got home, because I was just angry and didn't know why. And I was just so frustrated, you know, give and take. I lost 2 parents and stuff like that. I had a lot on my plate. Okay. Yeah. So I was just angry all the time. And a lot of she say, what do you need in life? You know, what is it that you think that you're missing? And I think it's not that, you know, I don't love my life. You know, it's just that I always feel that there's something I need to be accomplishing. It's so weird. I don't know. And so
you just gotta keep taking that ladder, you know?
And then I read this quote the other day. I was like, comes on, like, love quotes, people. It's like, this article, actually it's just an article written by this lady. I can't really quote it because I have to find it. It's about, like, you know, goals and setting goals for yourself. It's like in creating a new you. Yeah. And it's like keeping yourself young, keeping your mind fresh when you create new things for yourself. And because you can think when you learn new things, you know, because it keeps your mind active, and how it could fight certain diseases and things that happen later on in life, you know, because you're still challenging your brain to learn. I don't know if that has anything to do. It might. It sounds like it could have some positive effect on, you know, longevity of your mind, and, you know, dementia, Alzheimer's, and such things like that. You know, because it's all about strengthening. Your brain isn't a muscle, though; it's an organ, right? So it's not like
but
the
you
heart.
Want to keep your organs healthy and young.
Yeah,
you know?
true. But I don't know if the electricity, the synapses in there helps keep it active, and you know,
I don't know if the brain exercises they advertise about.
I really don't know much but that that I took one quote away from that movie, and it was that one when I was just watching it again. I'm like, wow, it's those things that make you think like, okay, yeah, but yet, that movie was about like friendship, camaraderie, because I like that he held his gym open.
Mm-hmm.
Just for them.
Just for them, pretty
he
much.
He did like okay,
no other reason.
Pay me if you can, a little something. But he was like, what? He said like they hadn't accepted a gym membership in like 10 years.
Yeah, like 6 months.
Yeah, or 6 months, so like no funds or anything coming in. So he wasn't doing it because he was, but yeah, he was a lackadaisical character, but yet he did love his friends, he finds out in the end. But
it's almost like a hangout place, You're
yeah.
not trying to make
it's like a pub.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Makes sense.
I say it's one of those that you watch. So what other like alternative sports have you dwelled in? Alternative sports that you like? I was thinking back to being a kid.
Foursquare, motherfucker.
Stuff that you made up. Games that you maybe made up that you guys played as kids.
Shoot the black man, no.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I can't really think. We only played the stereotypical tag and stuff.
Yeah.
Freeze tag, hide and seek, that kind of thing. Dodgeball, Foursquare, hopscotch.
Foursquare. I think I remember Foursquare.
Okay, it's like there's 4 squares literally into the giant square, and you have to like bounce the ball between each person and try to get like there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're trying to get like one out of the way so that you can keep cycling in and stuff.
I remember seeing those on the playground. I didn't know what the hell they were for.
I think that's how it was.
I don't know either. Yeah, I do remember hopscotch, and I remember another thing with squares on the floor, on the concrete.
You remember jump rope?
Jump rope was cool, competitive jump rope. I'm gonna tell you something about mine, man.
What's your favorite movie? I'll think your favorite movie. What's it called?
What is that?
What is the movie with the double dutch competition?
I can't remember.
You remember? It's a religious one.
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
the one War Room.
Whatever.
Where it ended with that.
I'm gonna skip to this. Hey, did you know I used to be a gymnast?
Yeah.
I'll try some shit in my day, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day, let's say when we were early martial artists and such, I used to think backflip flipping and stuff was cool, right?
Yeah.
And so it was like one of those things where we had a mattress in my basement where we would like wrestle and do like jump on it and do like cool moves and stuff. And so in this day, I thought, hey, I'm going to attempt a backwards somersault. Yeah. You guys are going to catch me, right? And like kind of guide you. Because if you ever watch gymnasts do it, and early gymnasts, they kind of guide them along. You perform the move, but then they kind of...
It gains muscle memory over time,
and they guide you with their hands.
Yeah.
So that if you over rotate or something, then you won't, break your neck or something. Hence, let's go flash forward to me trying this somersault, thinking my friends were going to help me in this. Because no, I think I was doing a back flip. Because I could do a backwards somersault. Yeah. But this was a back flip. Okay, I was doing a back flip. Oh my good Lord. And I was...
So you're trying to jump back and then land forward?
Flip, yes. Yeah. So I do this. No one catches me. No one kind of guides me. And I kind of land... Like, this could have been bad. I could have been fucking dead right now.
You land on your head?
I land on my head, snap my neck back, or snap my neck to the side and stuff, and I just lay there, And I just felt like this sharp pain just like sent to my brain. I was like, oh, and I was just laying there. I could move.
To think, in an alternate universe, you could be in a wheelchair right now.
But I was so scared. And my friends were like so scared. They were like, you okay, you okay, you okay? I was like, what the you didn't catch me. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Because it's just like, you just saw like a little light. Yeah. And I felt a tinge of pain just shoot throughout my body. I'm like, oh shit. I thought, at the time I didn't know anything about paralysis or anything like that. Yeah. I just knew that these fuckers didn't catch me. And it was bad. But I got this little fucker back later. But no, I didn't get him back.
He did a backflip.
It was like me and my friends. Yeah, it was me and my friends. Like, because then I still performed the back flip, but I did a back somersault. I didn't do the attempt to flip anymore because I was traumatized by that. Yeah. But we were dancers back then, so we like dance, and so we danced at the school dances, and so we had these routines. And some of these kids on the videos, they were doing backflips, like crisscross. Yeah. No, it wasn't crisscross. It was another bad creation comes out, right? And so they were doing backflips, and so that's what we were doing.
Yeah, everyone doing the worm.
Yeah, we had to incorporate that into our workout. Into our routines. And so, but then one time we were doing more gymnast stuff on the uneven bars across the street at this park that we had. And so we had this bar in front of another bar. And so the thing is, no, you jump from the monkey bars, right? And you grab this bar, and you know the actual velocity would propel you forward. So once you catch that bar, you would swing. And it would be so powerful, the velocity would be so fast that once you let go, it'll give you enough to do like a flip or something and land. Well, we were doing those things. I never tried the backflip thing, but I did like the cool jump and stuff. I was afraid of heights still. Back then, I wasn't. Nope. Certain things I would do and certain things I would not. And that was one of them. Well, my friend did it, but his hand slipped. And so think about watching this kid kind of fly parallel, boom, lands on its back. All that breath goes out of him. And he is breathless for at least like a couple of seconds. We're like, oh shit. It's like one of those Sandlot moments, like, oh, something, or Stand By Me. Like, you thought this dude, was dead. But then after a couple of seconds, he gets his breath back. We thought this kid was dead. It's kind of fucked up. And another thing was kind of cool, though. We had merry-go-rounds, okay? You ever seen the fast merry-go-rounds?
Yeah.
We had the tournament where who can go
the fastest? Who can last
the longest on this freaking merry-go-round? And we had the quick ones. You had the long ones, but then I don't know if you ever seen the small ones. And they're the faster ones.
Yeah.
Well, we had the big long ones. There, you get enough people pushing. They'll go fast, but they're a little heavier. So
but you have the smaller one that goes. It's a lot lighter.
Yes,
you can get that.
And so we were all, you would just get like a group of people, girls, but everybody was like the playground. We would just spin this thing until. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could never last on that. I was always get vertigo and then just like fall off. And it sucked too, because when you fall off at that, going that speed.
Oh, you're flying.
Yeah, you're flying. And so you basically fly off this bitch. It's like, yeah, we did stupid shit. And you remember Tetherball? Tetherball was awesome.
Oh God, yeah. I remember
Tetherball tournaments, boy.
No one played Tetherball at our place.
No
one did.
Oh,
it was me and Joseph playing Tetherball.
We used to do it whereas like, if we ended, like if we were, if there was a match, ongoing when the bell rang, we would write it down, come back, continue that shit the next day. So it was like one of those things on the playground. We would just like have these tetherball matches. I was never good at tetherball. I'll tell you that much right now.
I wasn't. Joe was pretty good.
Oh really? Yeah. Not me in the tetherball. And I hated when you missed and then their ball hit you in your face.
Yep.
Going really fast. So
I don't
know. Yeah, not fun. So anything else, sir?
I'm trying to think of any schoolyard ones too. We just mostly played a lot of kickball.
A lot of kickball. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That was just the sport. And why don't they now? Can we go back into like, what sports are you kids like creating now? That's what I want to know.
What are they keeping tradition still? What's tradition still?
What is tradition?
What has stayed, what has stayed so long that it can't die? Dodgeball is obviously one that can't die, but parents are killing it because of, Red Rover.
Oh, Red Rover. Red Rover said, what's it? We used to do that in recess.
They fucking banned us from doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because some kid got seriously hurt. Yeah, almost broke an arm.
Oh, we've had a couple. We had some clothes hangs.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
But they never banned it. What about rope climbing?
Never had a rope climb. We didn't have a gym.
Oh, okay.
They actually were building a gym the year I was graduating from high school, or from elementary school, and that's when they got a gym. And then middle school we didn't have a gym, and then high school we did, but I didn't. My PE teacher never had us do it. I don't think we even had that.
Yeah, back in the day we had to climb this damn rope. I did not want to climb the rope, but I had to climb the rope. That was not cool. When you can't climb the rope, and they're like, "Okay, everyone, good. You're still climbing this rope, so stay over here and climb this rope." And it's like, fudge. I did not like climbing the rope. Yeah. But we had a lot of good stuff back then. They used to like let us play, during recess, during PE, like Red Rover and dodgeball, kickball.
Oh man,
it was so fresh. Even indoors we would play. Kickball.
I can understand I can understand banning Red Rover because that.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
It was dangerous.
Well, what's life without a little danger when you're that young?
Yeah, exactly. You can't be adventurous.
You can recuperate a lot.
That's what I didn't ban it until I was like in 5th grade. So
and that was like years.
I know that was
centuries after I was like done with high school. Elementary. So, well, fucking a decade, bitch. Not millennials.
It's millennium.
Fudge.
It's 28 millenniums later.
Years older or anything like that.
28 millenniums later.
But hey, man, we've been going for like 3 hours now, so we're gonna end this podcast episode. Hey, we're gonna end it right there. Yeah. So that's alternative sports, people. If you guys have any alternative sports that you guys played, that you played when you were younger, or you're playing now, maybe participating because, like, you know, roller derby or anything.
Well, yeah,
if you're doing anything like that, you know, hey, we suggest watching Whip It with little Ellen Page, directed by Drew Barrymore. She's also in the movie. Yep. If you want to see anything about roller derby, but they do have those leagues now. They have one in Tucson.
Yep, they do.
That I think a young lady wanted to actually participate. That I was talking to recently. Yeah. She said she wants to do that, and that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So if you have any sports or anything like that, you know, email us. Or Facebook or something like that. Just go to talkingwithburritos.com/contact and boom, you can find out all the different ways you can contact us. And
Don't talk about Ultimate Frisbee.
Uh-oh.
Don't talk about that shit.
Some people love that.
It's so lame.
Okay. Well, you can say a lot of these sports
I know.
Like, quote unquote sports are lame, but
this is Ultimate Frisbee. Yeah. What do you even do?
The Frisbee?
Is that it? It's catch? Just with a Frisbee?
What the hell do you do with billiards, man? You hit a ball.
That's fun, at least. I can see the fun in billiards.
Frisbee is fun. Playing Ultimate Frisbee is pretty fun. Right. Have you played Ultimate Frisbee?
No, maybe that's why.
It's actually pretty cool, you know. Yeah. If you know this, if you know the terms and the rules and stuff, it actually is pretty enjoyable. So you have teams and stuff. It's all about just enjoying
the people.
I think enjoying time with one another, being outside.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, that's been Talking with Burritos. I am Jerry JJ Wayne Graham.
I'm Christopher the Rupel.
That's a wrap, but not a burrito. Have you listened to any of those podcasts who do it in studios where they're timed?
Yeah.
And so once they hit a certain time, they'll be like, oh, and it just drops out.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of strange to me. I don't understand that, President. I'm like, oh, we would totally be. The password to our secret sode is Panther. The password to our secret sode is Panther.